Welcome to Dynamics 365 Views and Personal Views. Build your own ad hoc reports. So I've got a list of all orders here, some test data, and what we're going to do is take a look at column filters to start off with. So I want to find all of the orders where we've got a sell price, which is greater than £10,000. So I'm going to click on the sell price column and filter by, change the drop-down value here to greater than, and put £10,000 in there. Click apply. I've now got 14 orders that are greater than £10,000. If I wanted to filter on the number of orders which are still active, I can click on my status column, click on filter by, and go for active. Now, when you've got a drop-down list here, it covers the apply button. So what you have to do is just click to the right of filter by there, and then you can get back to the apply button. Great. So I've got a list of open orders greater than £10,000 now. I want to save this as a custom view. But before I do that, I want to move this name field over to the left-hand side between ref number and order ID, because that is where I click, single click to open the record. So if I click on edit columns, then I can move name just by clicking and dragging and dropping it between ref number and order ID. If there was another column I wanted to add to this view, I could do that at the same time. If I click on add columns, let's say I wanted to bring through the postcode, so I could see where these orders were being placed in terms of customer. Click on postcode, click close. You can see it pops it down at the end. I'm going to bring it up to, let's say, round about there. Click apply. You'll see it reloads the view with my new columns in there. Just one to watch, because we haven't saved the view yet. It's reloaded the full view. So we can see that we've got our build to postcode in here now, but it's lost the filters. So what you may want to do next time is you may want to save the view first and then play with your columns, or play with your columns first and then put your filters on afterwards, which is fine. We can go through the process again. So we want to find orders over £10,000 which are active. You can see it's very nice and quick to build your views. Okay, once we've got our column in place and we've got our filters in place, I can click on here, I can save as a new view. I'm going to call this all orders over 10K. Click on save. That saved the view, but what I just need to do is just refresh my screen. Oops. Maybe a hard refresh. So hold down Control and press the refresh button. That does a hard refresh. And just reload the list of views in the drop down. So you can see we've got all orders over 10K. Change my view and I'm back to my 12 records with the name column that's been moved, the postcode that's been brought in, and only active records with a sell price over 10K. If you want to tweak this view further, you can edit the columns, you can edit filters. So if you want to do more complicated filters, which we'll cover in another video, then you can click on edit filters here and you get access to all of the columns in the database, and you can do some more complicated filters in terms of and or records as well. But we'll come back to that in another video. Finally, if I wanted to set this as a default view, I could click that there and that will change it as my default view. If I wanted to manage and share my views, and then I've now got a pop-out screen on the right-hand side here, and I can click on all orders over 10K, for example. From within here, I could change the name of it by clicking Edit Info, or I could share it with a colleague. So when you click Share and you search for your colleague in here, I'm just going to use this team called AMS Streamline. And within here, click on the user or the team. I can provide the permissions that I want to give that user or team. So I'm going to press on read here, and they'll now get read access to this view, so that when they open the orders entity or the orders table, they will see the all orders over 10K view within there. And that's one where it's a quick intro into views and personal views with the filters and the renaming and removing of columns. And it's a great way to better understand your data, and it provides you the gateway to using charts a lot better as well. Because if we click on show charts now, change this to, for example, top 5 customers, I can see my top 5 customers where there's been orders over £10,000 and they're currently open orders.